Okay, let's do this. Okay, here we go. There's first gear. Turn left onto this straight and narrow road. Here goes full throttle. Second. It's 80K. Third. There's 60 miles an hour, 100K. There's fourth. Fifth. And sixth. Let's go up to third. So with the windows up. There's fourth. Up to fifth. And there's sixth. Beautiful gauges. There's fifth, there's fourth, third, down to fourth, down to fifth, down to sixth. This motor hardly works when you're in sixth gear. It'd be nice to have a double overdrive, but unfortunately for pulling a trailer or stuff like that, you don't really want that. So there's fifth, fourth, third. Now I actually rev match by tapping the gas slightly, so no giving me hell for grinding through the gears. Then we're gonna go down to second. Got a pretty stout sound to it, I do have to admit. The exhaust is really nice because it's not super loud until you really get on it, so it's kind of nice for urban areas. I do have to admit, there are a lot of cars here. I don't like to sit at the stoplight with the clutch in, because then that just heats up the release bearing and the pilot bearing. But if you hold the clutch down for about 3 or 4 seconds before you put it in gear, it gives the input shaft enough time to stop and prevents you from wearing your transmission out. So there's third gear, fourth gear, up to fifth, down to sixth. I'm doing just about 40 miles an hour, just over 60 kilometers, and right now I'm turning 1200 RPM. It doesn't have a whole lot of grunt when you get on it, but if I need to, I can bring it at a sixth, rev it up, double clutch into third, and I got power on tap. In fact, I can go with double clutch into sixth. I can actually slip the stick out of gear just by feathering the throttle lightly. Now, I'd never engage the gear without my foot on the clutch, but it's just kind of fun to be able to slide the stick in and out of gear when it's not without clutching. I used to be able to do it a lot with my old truck. Let's do second gear pull. Oh, slowing down. I'm by the church. I'm by my church here, so a lot of slow drivers. There's second, third. This guy's got a brake light out in front of me. Right, back to second. Third. Fourth. Fifth. And I'll drop it to sixth. I enjoy double clutching this thing too. You know, it's a bit of a pain in everyday driving, but if you just want to practice, it is kind of fun to do that. I usually try to double clutch going sequentially back through the gears, so downshifting when I'm towing a trailer. It's just easier on the transmission altogether because when you got a heavy load. But that's just me. I like to do that. It doesn't really take much. It's not a real heavy clutch in this thing to get it to stop. It's only a single disc, but the clamping force is fairly decent considering the fact that it is designed to tow 3 3/4 tons, or even more, almost 3.5. Almost 6 gear there, or 6 grand. I don't rack this thing out too much. It is my daily driver. I don't want to hurt it. Even though gas prices have forced me to start taking the bus. Since the bus pass is actually included in the tuition fee now for school, unfortunately I've been forced to take the bus lately. But it's not so bad because then my baby doesn't get so many miles on her. And the tank of gas lasts for 3 weeks instead of 5, 6 days. And it is kind of a quieter area, so I don't want to go too hard on it. Almost home free. Back into my driveway. So now because there's a detent gate, I have to push fairly hard on it to get it into reverse. This prevents you from putting it into reverse by accident when you're trying to get sixth. Forward just a little bit. Leave it neutral for the remote start. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this driving video. Thanks for watching. There's one commenter that I specifically did it for because he was wondering about the gear pattern. And here it is again. You can hardly see it. Perhaps if I turn the light off. I can't see it at all. Okay, here's the stick, here's first, straight down to second, third, fourth, fifth, I think that's sixth, there is sixth, and then all the way over and down for reverse. Alright, thank you for watching.